Breaking news. We've received reports of an explosion somewhere north of the city.
We're still waiting for the police to confirm if there are any victims. This story is evolving rapidly. Please bear with us.
We heard this really loud boom. There was smoke everywhere.
Emergency services have confirmed that they've discovered a body buried in the wreckage. We're still waiting for further details.
Emergency vehicles
It appears that a large portion of the building has actually
In
collapsed.
international news, an explosion rocked Gotham City earlier today.
We are now able to confirm that billionaire philanthropist Bruce Wayne is...
If you're watching this, I'm dead. This is a code black. This message was automatically triggered when I destroyed the cave and everything it contained. We both know it won't take long for Gotham's criminals to realize the Batman is gone. And you can't count on the GCPD. Haven't trusted us since Jim died. Gotham will need its protectors more than ever. I'm leaving you the Belfry as base of operations. Some of the technology is outdated, but it has the gear you need and all of my files. You've always had my back when I needed you. I know you'll keep Gotham safe. Good luck. And goodbye.
No one talks about them. Not a whisper word is said. For if you try to crush them, then the town strikes you dead.
Hello everybody, welcome to the video on the channel. Today we are watching Gotham Knights, the trailer, and we're basically going to talk a bit about Gotham Knights and hopefully how this game's going to be, when it's going to release, and some stuff like that. So yeah, let's just get over this. Let's talk about this trailer, and this trailer released on the 22nd of the 8th, 2020 during DC Fandom. But that's really the only footage we have seen, you know, since this game was announced over a year ago. So let's get into it. Let's just talk a little bit about it. So yeah. So as we can see here, basically this is Jason Todd just reacting to his phone, which obviously, as we can see in a second here, Code Black. Now, Code Black is basically a code when Batman dies. So as we can see here, this is a video message that Bruce left behind for all of the Bat family. So when he died, it basically tells you, what's the plan. Basically, we can see here Barbara Gordon's reacting to it, who's now no longer in the wheelchair, which is a really, really cool thing. Obviously, we see Jim here. Obviously, he's telling us you can't trust the GCPD. They have not trusted us since Jim died, which obviously is quite sad. And obviously, we have Dick Grayson here, training a little bit. So, and then Bruce again. I'm not going to go over every little detail, but this trailer really had me hyped. Getting to see the 4 characters, and I remember seeing it and going, oh my god, is Bruce actually dead? During DC fandom, and it was really a really interesting thing to see. Oh, but now we can continue to see, all the Gotham Knights, or the Bat family gearing up, Red Hood here, Nightwing, Batgirl, Red Hood, Nightwing, Robin, standing together. This is just something, this scene made me so happy. Being able to see these characters stand together and going, know that we can play them, it's going to be a really, really entertaining time. So obviously, as we can see, there's some crime going on in the city. Since Batman is basically dead, everyone can't see him. And here we go, we see some cool little action coming over here from Robin. And we obviously see Batgirl here grappling cross to cross and taking down that criminal. Just the graphics even for this trailer are absolutely phenomenal. Nightwing obviously, some maybe an ability hopefully for that. And then we see Red Hood here, who's obviously just shooting everyone up in what seems to be a bar. And if you guys follow the official Gotham Knights trailer over on Twitter, they did put up on coffee or something about coffee. So maybe that's inside that coffee shop. So we can see Red Hood here doing some more stuff. Robin, from vigilantes to heroes. They're teleporting, obviously, as it was said before. Well, it was not said before, it was in the gameplay trailer that Tim Drake has learned how to access the Justice League Terminal teleporter. So he can now use that to teleport. We obviously see Mr. Frost here a little bit, or Mr. Freeze, who we will talk about a bit more when we see the gameplay trailer. We'll talk about his mission a little bit. Oh, we see, this looks like it's maybe at the start of the game, but maybe at the end. Oh, the Court of Owls. We see a bit about the court, which, to be honest, I'm surprised that the Court of Owls is going to be in this game. Hopefully. I cannot wait to see how they are in this game. This bit had me freaking out. I thought Bruce Wayne was trapped in that. Turns out it was actually just an owl of the Court of Owls. So yeah. Let's just move on to the next part of this, which is going to be the gameplay trailer. I'm going to cover it, see how the gameplay looks. I'm going to talk a bit about my opinion on gameplay from what I've seen. So, let's watch it. So as we can hear, the GCPD is struggling with Mr. Frost.
On behalf of the whole team at WB Games Montreal, I'm really honored to give you a quick look at our gameplay.
Elliott Center is covered in ice.
Now, as we can see, these graphics are absolutely
We're
beautiful.
going to look at a short clip from one of Gotham Knight's villain crimes in a pre-alpha build. This mission is halfway through the Mr. Freeze storyline, and we're playing Batgirl a dozen or so hours into her character progression.
So as he just said, there are a dozen or so hours in. So this is more of a mid-level Batgirl, and it's into the story a little bit. So this is not instantaneous. So let's see how this mission plays out.
Air support inbound. Hostiles opening fire on upper floors. Air support.
That's pretty cool thing.
Freeze has recently returned to Gotham with a mysterious agenda that involves manipulating the weather to flash freeze the city.
We need a way to get through the
So that's
for
gonna
Gotham
be.
Knights is that players can play all of the game either solo or in two-player co-op.
He wants a fight. He'll get it.
I'm so excited for that.
Robin's learned how to access the Justice League satellite for short-range teleportation.
Yep, as I just said not long ago.
Meanwhile, Batgirl has mastered some more familiar techniques.
So it seems like it's a level system on the bad guys, which is obviously quite a cool system. That I'm really excited to see play out.
And developed a few new ones of her own.
Yeah, obviously I'd be expecting some new abilities coming from Batgirl. Obviously the last time we could use Batgirl was, I'm pretty sure, Arkham Asylum. Or no, it was Arkham Knight.
You're down there having some fun. Fun's one word for it. Just a heads up, that
So, yeah.
under orders to fire on anything that moves inside.
Gotham City Police. Drop your weapons.
GCPD obviously.
Returning fire. The storm is getting worse. You need to hurry and find a way inside Elliott Center.
The GCPD chopper made that part easy.
But once again, the graphics on this game just look absolutely phenomenal. And I'm so excited to see this game, you know, played on
This doesn't
console
look up to
or on
code.
PC. Like, it's just going to be a lot of fun to see that. And, so yeah. So obviously this is midway through it. So I wonder how the end of it will be. I wonder how it will go, you know, during the missions. Because if this is the middle,
If anyone asks,
then how does it
I
go
meant to
later
do
on?
that.
I won't say a word.
Tours were still going on when Freeze came through.
Those poor people. They didn't stand a chance.
Gotham Knights is built to let players approach each challenge with their preferred style and their preferred build.
See, I think that's going to annoy me. The way the split goes, I think it would be a bit annoying, but I think we'll live with it. Just seems a bit annoying. Obviously, you just picked something up. So that's kind of cool, you know, collectibles, potentially different gear styles. Can't remember if that was ever announced. I think it was. So yeah, seems cool. Obviously, a year late to this reaction thing, but it's not really so much a reaction as it is talking about the game from which we go. In my opinion. So let's continue on watching this. Obviously, the fighting style looks interesting. It's different to the way Arkham used to be, obviously, because they're using a different system.
No
And I think if it gets pulled off correctly, then it's going to be a really good system. It'll take some time to get used to, but I think we'll get used to it very quickly. It reminds me of like Sword Art Online, that kind of combat style.
Yeah, you're it.
When I think of this style, I think of, you know, that game. So yeah, reminds me of an RPG almost. So yeah. Let's just see, obviously you can see the running here, the way, even just the background looks awesome. It's very detailed, very awesome like that.
Not the safest time to take the elevator.
You'd rather take the
Obviously a grapple hook. One of the staples of DC, you know, the Batman
Cables on the
one, grapple
floor.
hook.
Guaranteed they lead to Freeze.
I'm really excited to play as all these characters, you know, and we'll be doing definitely multiple playthroughs on every single character as a main, just to see how they all play out.
Countless
So yeah.
dead, and the temperature's still falling.
We need to stop this. Now.
These voice actors are really good, and we'll talk about more of those after this trailer. But just the voice acting is absolutely amazing so far from what I've heard. And oh look,
Weather machine. Ready with the disruptor.
That thing's drawing so much power.
the weather machine. Sounds so villainous.
Shield disruptors in place. It's charging.
Oh, Mr. Frost. Mr. Freeze is back.
Is that what you're calling it? You don't want to be on the roof when this disruptor goes off. Trust me.
Irrelevant. I already have what I need.
That is a big, big gun.
The storm has risen over Gotham. Nothing can stop it.
We'll see about that.
You cannot run from me!
Important element of Gotham Knights is that as the player increases in power and ability, their foes keep pace. So confronting a villain like Mr. Freeze can be a very different proposition at level 5 or at level 15. And not
Yeah,
just
so
in
basically
stats,
it's just gonna be hard.
but in the kinds of attacks and defenses they bring to bear.
So basically it's just going to be harder the harder level, the higher
Just a
level you
short
are.
peek at Gotham Knights. We're going to have more to show you in the future.
Yeah, well, we're going to look a bit at the voice actors now. Now, the first actor we're going to talk about is America Young, aka who will be voicing Batgirl. So, America Young has done a lot of different roles, but has never actually voiced anyone from the DC universe, at least from what I've been able to find. So, this is going to be a different look on how she's going to portray it. From what we've seen in that trailer, she sounds like Batgirl, so that's hopefully she can do a great job. Next up, we're going to talk about the second actor, Christopher Sean, aka Nightwing. Now, just like America, Christopher hasn't voiced anyone in DC before, but he has voiced someone who's just as popular as anyone in the DC universe. Obviously, I'm talking about Kazuda Zeno, who I can't pronounce that name, but he voices him in the animated series Star Wars The Resistance. And from what I can tell, a lot of people are really excited to see how he portrays Nightwing in Gotham Knights, and I'm definitely one of those people. So let's move on to the third actor. Obviously I'm talking about Solon Morgan Sigil, who has not previously voiced anyone in DC either, but from what he did speak to Shaq News, and he did say some things about how he's planning to play the character, obviously voicing. So this is what he had to say. I got Death in the Family and I got Court of Owls just because everyone knows that, just because they saw the trailer, and I was like, I'm going to read this stuff and see what to do. I just wanted to learn the character, so I did that. I watched a ton of breakdowns online. I started looking into all sorts of things. I just wanted to learn about the character, and I looked at animated representations of Tim as well. I watched obviously Young Justice, and I watched a little bit of Batman the animated series. I just wanted to compile everything I knew about the character from my interpretation of him. I just wanted to be calculated. I wanted him to be calculated, smart, cool, but I also wanted to keep that young kid like whimsy, because he sometimes acts like a kid. As smart as cool as he can be, as smart as he can be, as serious he can be, and calculated. He is just a kid, and I wanted him to be as natural as possible and serious as possible at some point during the game, because he is Robin. He has to be taken seriously. So that's basically what Morgan said in like kind of my own twisted version of how I said it. So yeah, that's what Morgan said to Shaq News, and he describes that, and that's what we get. And I'm really excited because that sounds awesome. So let's move on to the fourth actor, my favourite actor personally. Now the fourth actor we'll be talking about is Stefan DeYoung, aka Red Hood, who I personally cannot wait to see how he plays the character of Red Hood. If you guys don't know, he did voice Martin Lee, or Mr. Negative, from the Spider-Man PS4 game, which he was absolutely amazing in. Just brilliant. He was the highlight of that game for me. So I'm really excited to see how he does this. You know, he's a brilliant voice actor, you know, and I'm really excited. I was so excited to play as Red Hood, and now I'm 10 times more excited, purely because this guy is going to be voicing him. And it's just unreal to me, the fact that we're going to get someone so awesome to voice Red Hood. Now, let's move on to the fourth actor, or fifth, I can't remember anymore, but last but certainly not least, Gilder Jackson, aka Alfred. Now, Gilder Jackson hasn't voiced anyone in DC, just like most of the others in this. So this will be an interesting, different person to voice Alfred, because obviously everyone that's voiced Alfred beforehand, from what I can tell, has had some DC experience. So let's hope he voices Alfred correctly, because Alfred is the most loved character of DC. So yeah, let's move on to the character outfits. So you guys can pause this. If you guys want to take a better look, I'm just going to click through them because not too bothered about showing them off. Just pause it if you guys want to see it. So yeah, so we're going to now move on from obviously stuff like that. I'm going to go over to the official Gotham Knights Twitter, which, if I can find it, I'll put it up on screen now. So it says, Gotham Knights will launch worldwide in 2022. We are giving the game some more time to deliver the best possible experience for players. Thank you to our amazing fans for tremendous support on Gotham Knights. We look forward to showcasing more of the game in the coming months. So basically all they're saying is the game's being pushed back and we're not going to get a trailer for a little while. My guess is in October this year, where DC Fandom will be happening again, which means it would have been almost a whole year since, you know, the swap. So once again though, even though it's going to be a long time away, I'm really excited. I'll be covering all Gotham Knights news. You know, the minute I find out, I will be covering it on here. Trust me, I have a lot more games as well I want to talk about. You know, I like this style of video, and this is what I'm going to be doing. You know, I want to talk about the Suicide Squad game, and the Guardians of the Galaxy game, and some other games. I have a lot to talk about. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. As far as you guys did, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something new about Gotham Knights here. So yeah, have a great day. Remember to turn on the notification bell, subscribe, like. I've done that in the wrong order, but hey ho. So remember guys, like I said before, turn notifications on so you guys get notified whenever I upload another video. So yeah, have a great day and yeah, peace. Also, I just want to let you guys know, sorry for the bad audio quality. So yeah, peace.